So Resolute Mining today is a $2 billion market cap business with diversified assets in West Africa. So we have both producing and exploring assets in not only in 4 countries, so Mali, Cote d'Ivoire, Senegal, and Guinea. So last year we generated 277,000 ounces of gold production, EBITDA of over $383 million. However, we have a very strong pipeline of growth whereby we're on track to produce over 500,000 ounces from 2028. The business is going to generate a lot of cash in today's gold price environment. And look, we're being very active in managing relationships with the governments where we operate. So we believe from an investment perspective that we're still relatively undervalued because of the assets that we have within our portfolio and the cash flow generation of the business. We sit today on over 16 million ounces of resource. As we look to the future, we think we can provide substantial shareholder returns and value through NAV accretion and cash flow generation. Today we have 2 very established operating mines, one in Mali and one in Senegal. Last year we bought a business in Cote d'Ivoire called Doropo, which is just starting its construction phase at this stage. That asset will produce over 200,000 ounces in the first year of production. So the most exciting aspects for the business will be in the next 12 months, continued construction of that asset into production.
We're an American-focused growing silver producer with assets in the Silver Valley in Idaho. We've previously taken over and scaled multiple companies before. The team is led by Paul Hewitt, myself, Warren Varga, and Mike Doolin. We previously built and scaled a company called Quandex Mines in Nevada, and then we did the same thing down in Australia with a company called Karora Resources. And this is our 3rd time repeating the same strategy here at America's Gold and Silver. As I said, our primary asset is called Galena in the Silver Valley in Idaho, where mining's been going on for well over 100 years. Same thing at Galena as well. A very, very large-scale silver mine that has extensive infrastructure. We've got 2 mills, 4 shafts heading underground, 120 miles of underground development. For context, to put that in place today would take about $2 billion to put that infrastructure in place. So we are operating, and over the course of the last 14 months since we've been at the helm of the company, we've been executing an operational turnaround focused on hoisting, on efficiencies underground, getting new equipment, new leadership there to turn around the operation, which has been very, very successful. And we just reported a very strong production number for 2025, including very high grades. In fact, Galena is the 3rd highest grade silver mine in the world, which is fantastic. But silver is not the only metal that we produce there. We also produce copper, we produce antimony, we produce lead, and we produce gold. So all sorts of different critical minerals come out of the Galena mine in Idaho. We also have a 2nd mine down in Mexico called Cosala, which is run by a very experienced group down there, a high-grade silver copper mine that also has a very strong production profile ahead of it. And both of these operations are being driven forward over the course of the next several years here with a strong growing profile.
Thor is a West Africa-focused gold producer. We produce gold from our flagship 100% owned Segilola gold mine in Nigeria. We are now in our 5th calendar year of production. Last year was an excellent year for us. We produced 92,000 ounces, around about $1,000 per ounce. This year we've given a guidance of 75,000 to 85,000 ounces for the year, at an all-in sustaining cost guidance between $1,000 and $1,200 per ounce. And that we use that cash flow to fund our activities across West Africa, where we are present in Senegal and Cote d'Ivoire. In Senegal, we've just released our preliminary feasibility study on the Douta project. We've been advancing that over the last 12 years, the Douta project. We've taken it from a complete grassroots greenfield bit of ground, drilled the first discovery hole there, and now we're sitting at about 1.7 million ounces in indicated, with a reserve of 1 million ounces, grading at about 1 gram per ton. We were very encouraged by the outcome of that preliminary feasibility study. Showed a very strong project NPV of about $900 million at a $3,500 gold price and a very fast payback period. We're excited to be advancing, optimizing that preliminary feasibility study, and that's a project we're looking forward to building and hopefully pouring our first gold in the first half of 2028. And finally, in Cote d'Ivoire, we have an early stage portfolio of exploration licenses. We're currently drilling 2 of the projects, the Guitry project and the Marahui project. We have over 20,000 meters of drilling budgeted prior to the rainy season in Cote d'Ivoire. I think in the next 6 to 12 months we're prioritizing exploration across the group. We have it's underpinned by high margin gold production in Nigeria. So the milestones to look out for is a resource update from our mine in Nigeria, a final investment decision for our projects in Senegal, and ongoing drilling results from all our projects, particularly in Côte d'Ivoire, and hopefully a maiden resource or two in Côte d'Ivoire before the end of the year.